seen my earlier video on how you present a CV, how you draft it, the pitfalls that you've got to look out for, and all the things that you need to do to highlight the positive areas of your career. If you follow me now to my computer, I will talk you through a real live example showing the weaknesses of a CV, the strengths, and what you've got to look for. I will run through a good CV and a bad CV so you can compare.
Okay, so I'm going to talk you through now some examples of CVs and the good and the bad points about these CVs, bearing in mind what employers are looking for. The first CV I think is a really good one, and the reason being is clear. So as I said before, employers will spend 5 to 10 seconds looking at a CV and decide whether to dig in further to details, but on this CV you can quite clearly see where they graduated and the grades that they got, and also the year that they qualified. You can see where they worked, and you can see exactly the type of work that they've done. So immediately, if I was looking for someone of this profile, I would dig deeper into the CV. So I think the CV is excellent. The second example I've got is probably an example one which I don't think is as good, and I'll talk you through why. Firstly, the candidate did have a picture here in the top left which was squashed. I never advise putting pictures in the CV. The second thing is here, objective, or a lot of people put summaries and bios. I wouldn't advise this, not on the first page of a CV, because as I said, what most employers are looking for is your qualifications, where you worked, and the type of experience that you have. Not only that, you can see that there's like a formatting issue, and that needs to be edited. You can see there they put their education and qualifications, but once again it's unclear. I mean, what grades did the person get? So I'll probably be feeling a little bit frustrated if I read the CV. I wouldn't know where they worked from reading the first page and what type of experience they have. Although if you go on to the second page, you can see there now where they worked and the type of experience they've got. So you can see I would try and get rid of the objective. I would try and put the grades on, and American Bar Association rules are a bit unclear, and I'll try and shorten it so I could get where I was working and my experience on the first page. So it would just need a bit of editing. So the third CV I've got is an example one which you probably think on paper looks good, but I think is actually a little bit too short, and I would advise a CV to be 2 or 3 pages. Now there's nothing on the surface that appears wrong with this. Once again though, I mean, I can see, you know, where they qualified, when they qualified, I can see where they were, I can see the type of work that they've done. So, but what would probably frustrate me a bit is I would have to dig deeper into the type of work that they've done, and therefore the chances are I might reject that. So this person needs to list the type of work that they've done and the type of cases. So if you go back to the first CV here, you can see that, you know, they've listed the work that they do and the type of work that they've done, type of cases. So hopefully that gives you an overview on the good and bad things about CV. What we would say is no photos, no bios, no objectives. On the first page, get your qualifications in, get where you worked and the type of work you've done, so an employer can see that on the first page. If they like that, then they'll dig deeper and take it from there.